Right, welcome back. I'm going to do Scorpio's weekly love reading for the second week of January. Let's get some sage burning. On the Libra reading, I think I forgot to put your card up, so sorry about that, Libra. Or if you're a cusper. Right. It does work much better when you break up the smudge stick. Okay, so let's get going with Scorpio. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in the second week of January with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards, please. I was like, Jenny, concentrate, and then the cards flipped out. It's dead weird how that happens. So we've got one face up, which is the Vikings believed in the tree of life. Okay, and it's upright. You see the rainbow. It reminds me of the Magician card. You know, it seems to be very positive when it's upright and seems to be very negative when it's reversed, doesn't it? So yeah, so the Vikings believed in the tree of life. They worshipped it. And these were the 9 worlds around it. These like ovals here. That's as much as I can say about it. You'll have to Google it, okay? That's how it's spelt. It's YGGDRASILLS. I can't even pronounce it, okay? But the Vikings worshipped a tree of life with 9 worlds. So if you Google that, Google will help you better than I can. The other card that flipped up is the 7 of Cups. This is really weird because you just see me shuffle the cards and we've got similar cards coming out, okay? But in the Libra reading, the Tree of Life was reversed and it was for the one you were dealing with that wasn't happy that you'd found someone new. So it could be to do with it, might not. And Libra got the 7 of Cups upright because Libra was at a crossroads and they had options and they'd found love with someone new, okay? Something very new, very exciting. You both felt the same about each other. So you could be a cusper. You could be someone who's at the beginning of Scorpio season, okay? So Libra readings might resonate with you. Doesn't have to. 7 of Cups is like, I've got so many different options, okay? And you just feel like fate is on your side at the moment. Okay, so Scorpio, feeling really, really positive, a little bit lustful, a bit excited, like something's just meant. Okay, perhaps you don't even know what direction to go in or who's offered to take. In some of the cups, there'll be positive things, and in some of the cups, there'll be negative things. Okay. But that rainbow tells me you're feeling really optimistic going forward. I think your last reading was very much like about walking away from things and ending things, you know, accepting endings. I'm sure it was something like that. 2 more for Scorpio. How's Scorpio feeling? Oh dear. So we've got the 8 of, what is that? 8 of Cups reversed. That's mad because I said I'm sure you were closing out something in the past. And then we've got Eight of Cups reversed. Now, Eight of Cups upright is separation and walking away. Eight of Cups reversed is not wanting to walk away, not wanting to separate from someone. Because it would mean the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Ten of Pentacles upright is lasting generational wealth. The shields represent the pentacles on these Viking decks. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is like, we have money together. We're in union. We have money for ourselves, money for our children, money for our parents, money for our pets, money for our children's children. It's lasting generational wealth. So that's normally the end goal. Now, you don't want to walk away from something because it would mean losing what you've acquired so far. So you might be looking at avoiding a breakup or having a rebirth with someone, trying to fix something that's broken. Or you're recovering from a separation. Maybe the Eight of Cups reverse is like there's been a separation, but I would normally say it as upright. Let's see what comes out next. The High Priestess. Okay, so she's upright, and that's following your intuition. Okay, your spiritual, kind of like your third eye and your crown chakra. Like, what do I think the universe wants for me? It's very much connected to spirituality and wisdom and, yeah, religion. The Ace of Pentacles is reversed. I think you're feeling a huge loss here. You don't want a separation after me saying that. I feel like you're doing an about turn. You don't want something to end because it's going to mean like loads of outgoings, loads of loss, Scorpio. So let's see what's coming out for your person. So you're not showing up as a king or a queen. But you're not showing up as a page. You're showing up as someone who's at a crossroads, avoiding a separation, very much concerned about wealth and practicalities, status, financial security, you know, a lack of. Let's get 3 cards for your person. And thank goodness it's Friday tomorrow. 8 of Pentacles reversed. So 8 of Pentacles upright would be growth and expansion. Okay, so the shields represent pentacles on this deck. It's a Viking themed deck. 7 is looking back at what's already been accumulated in terms of wealth, or what's already been planted in terms of seeds. If you were looking at the relationship in general or your achievements in life in general, 7 is looking back at what's already been achieved. 8 is looking forward to the future. It's taking a course, it's making an investment, it's starting a business, it's growth and expansion in terms of investment, pentacles, time, energy, money. Okay, so if you had 8 for work, that's great. If you had 8 for a relationship, that's great. It's a future. Okay, it's looking forward growth. Now they've got that reversed, so they feel like there's no growth or expansion here. The King of Wands. They've got the King of Wands reversed. They're angry. When When wands are reversed, they are an exaggerated version of themselves, okay? So in either direction. So the fire could have been put out, the passion could have gone, or the passion spilled over into anger and frustration and aggression, okay? So it would be lots of fire and passion, too much, so it's become anger and aggression when it's reversed. Or it could be the fire's been put out in that person, like the lackluster, the libido's gone, they've got no sense of hope, you know, they're not excited to sort of reach the goals, they feel like they can't make it, you know, like the fire's being put out. So it's something very negative when the King of Wands is reversed. He's out of control, you know, like burning with frustration, could be overly lustful, or, I mean, the Eight of Pentacles is reversed, so I would say he's angry, or he's lost oomph, he's lost, you know, that fire's been put out. And it's strange because you've got like a crossroads and then you're not wanting to walk away because of like practicalities. But they're saying like they're not being growth and expansion. It's like you're viewing it as like emotional with the cups and then a loss financially. They're viewing it as there's no future in this, and it's either pissing them off or it's just weakening them, and they're unenthused about it. So let's get one more for your person. They could be Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, but they don't have to be. That could just be, you know, alluding to what aspect of themselves they're kind of like most showing right now. So lackluster, you know, like lack of goals, lack of ambition, feeling weak, feeling like, what's the word? Not feeling competitive, but feeling like out of the race, you know. Oh my God, look at the rage on there. More fire. More wands. So that to me says conflict, anger, aggression. So they might be really, really angry with you. I do I do feel like this is a relationship that's gone off the rails, big style. If this is resonating and you're going through a breakup, or you've suggested ending things, or they've suggested ending things, or you suggested it and then you backtracked and now you don't want to walk away from it because you're thinking about everything you'd lose, I think it's too late, because this person's pissed, like seriously pissed off. The Five of Wands is conflict, it's aggression, and we've got the King of Wands reversed, which is aggression, anger. Right, for the outcome, we've got in the challenge position the Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles reversed. So someone wants to come out from the cold and have happily ever after. They want family harmony. The Nine of Cups is personal satisfaction, okay, pleasing yourself. The Ten of Cups is everyone in the household, kids, pets, everyone being happy, harmonious. So someone wants to come out from the cold, okay? And I think that it could be you, because you've got the Eight of Cups reversed. Like, I don't want to walk away from this, actually. Like, I don't want to finish it. I think you've got serious regrets about this coming to an end. I don't think I don't think you see like this is, you know, maybe in your options that you've got one of them is to stay and, you know, keep what you've cultivated so far, but you know, they reckon like it's too late, there's no future in this now, their feelings are like hurt, they're angry, they're pissed off, they don't want to know. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. You might look at the cards and be like, no, I know what that's about. Obviously I'm not a fly on the wall, but, and I'm reading for a lot of people here, you know, it's a general reading for all Scorpions. So let's get one final one for the outcome. I've got another combination. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Moon. The Queen of Cups is a very like, it's a healing energy. It's an empath. She's upright, so she's very balanced. She's very level-headed. Now you had the Seven of Cups and you had the Eight of Cups reversed. And the Ten of Cups is in the outcome. Now we've got the Queen of Cups. So I think you're the Queen of Cups and your person on their side has the King of Wands reversed. So they're very angry. And you're like all calm and watery and they're all like angry and fiery. So it's very opposite, guys. Like very, very opposite stories, very opposite emotions. Pisces is water energy as well. Pisces, the moon, is in the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must not be afraid of the dark. Things are not illuminated, things are hidden, but we must walk forward anyway, even with shadows, even at night time. We can be afraid and think that there's things that are bad, but we must make the journey anyway. We must persevere, we must go forward and be brave. We must not be afraid, okay, and stop the progress. So that's kind of like your vibe. You're like very much like fighting your fears and wanting to be emotional and empathetic, and they're like a big ball of rage. Like, look at the difference between how watery and like glowy this is, and it's all upright, wanting to come out from the cold, you know, from the cold snow, wanting to get away from that and be in the warmth with all the cups together, happy family life. On their side, these are quite scary, these cards, like Five of Wands, like rage, anger, conflict, arguments, physical fights, okay, with others, and the King of Wands reversed. So when the King of Wands is upright, he's warm, energetic, goal orientated, it's positive. When he's reversed, it's pissed off anger, like fury, like volcano, you know, get out of my way, kind of like arguing. And it's that couldn't be more different, guys. So you're on really different pages here. You're in different books, to be honest. Like, look how different those two sides are. It's just like unbelievable. Yeah, so they could be fire, you could have water as well as air. Sorry, you are Scorpio, so you are water, right? So you could be like heavy water and they could be heavy fire. Yeah, you're showing up as one that wants to like pacify them and heal the situation and work together and reinvest, because you've already like cultivated too much and they're like, well, there's no like forward future in this though, like what's the point? And they're like very bitter and angry. It's difficult, isn't it? How are you gonna come together over this? Oh god, too many glasses accumulated. Hang on. Let's get you some advice. What's the nature of this relationship, please? Spirit, what's the nature of this relationship between these two people? The Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. Children. So you could have children, okay? And you might think, do you know what? I just don't want to put them through this. I don't want to upset them. I can't break up the family. I can't be the one to do that. It's understandable, okay? But children know when you're not getting along. Children know when you're not happy. Children understand, that it's possible for parents to co-parent from different households. Of course, if you say we're getting back together or we're not breaking up and you've been arguing in front of them and you're looking like you can't stand each other, your children aren't going to be happy with that. They're going to be like, what the hell? We just want peace and like calm. I'm sure they would be shocked and upset initially, but it's one of those things. It's 2025. We cannot be, like embarrassed in this day and age to like recognise when a contract has expired. If you can work it out and it's what you want and it's what your person wants, fine, but you can't make anyone be with you. And once you've expressed that you want to end a family dynamic under one household, it doesn't mean you regret having your children. It doesn't mean you regret even getting married or doing this much of your lives together. You don't have to regret what's been achieved. You don't have to do that, because that's a lot of hard work and dedication that's gone in. But it shouldn't be embarrassing to admit when a contract has possibly expired, But I think children could be a big factor in you not wanting to walk away. Perhaps you're worried about where they would live and how it would work and the logistics of it. There is on TikTok, there's a few people that have been really inspirational and they've posted very personal, stuff. And it's this woman who's posted her current, like latest husband with the ex-husband. They're both sat in the living room. One's dropped in, to drop the child off from the first marriage, and the other one's there holding the baby from this marriage, and they're chatting away with each other and actually quite good mates, like these two dads. And the mum's posted like, I'm so lucky, like we've managed to get to a point where they're almost friends, like they've actually found a friendship, and no one's got anything against anyone, everyone's being cordial. In fact, we are a blended family, and that's not always possible, and I get that, but it can be achieved. Like, it doesn't have to be awful. Okay. Let's get you some advice, Scorpio. Let me do the mermaid cards first, because they're quite straight, they're very good for getting clarity. Safety. We've got a few. Spirit's being very generous. Safety, don't be too proud to go back to shore. So if you've done an about turn and you've decided that you don't want to leave something and you've changed your mind, having said I want a divorce or I want to break up, I want to separate. If you change your mind and you think actually maybe we were best to be separated, it's okay. Or if you are together and you said you want to separate and then you've changed your mind, it's okay to change your mind, but you just have to know that once you've said something like that, it would be very difficult, wouldn't it, you could never assume that someone will just be happy to have you back now, because they'd be wondering like, are they happy or were they just scared to start their life over? They just didn't want to be single, or they didn't want to have less money, or like, were they just staying to please the kids? Like, it would be very difficult for your partner to be accepting of that, like, about turn, wouldn't it? So, but Spirit saying it's okay to change your mind. Okay, that's fine. That's what that means. Chance. Allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in. So a lot of life isn't actually within your control. And sometimes things pop up, don't they, out of the blue? People pop up out of the blue, like new people, people from the past. You can feel really like down, and then something happens, and then you actually think, do you know what, this isn't that bad actually, or like stuff comes up. Okay, so it says, allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. So allow yourself some time to experience good stuff that's going to happen. Whatever decision you've made, you don't have to stay with it. If you do, ride it out a little bit, let a little bit of time go by, and let some good things happen. Because obviously you'll only associate your decision that you've made with bad stuff if you're just in that like heavy bit where it's just happened. But if you wait a little bit, you know, some good things are going to happen in this new life that you've made for yourself. Reflect, peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. Have a bit of time for reflection. What's happened? You know, what's gone down? Could anything have been done better? Anything have been done differently? Do you feel like you've given it 100% and it's still not working? Because honestly, if you're giving something 110% and it's still not working, what more can you do? You know? So give yourself time to reflect. It's very much suggesting to me, like, have some time for yourself, like, not necessarily with anyone, but do the thing that's scary to do and then just wait a little bit, ride it out, you know, feel the emotion of it, feel how intense it is, let that subside a little bit and see what comes up. You know, in terms of opportunities, random exciting moments, you know, times that make you laugh again. You've got to, when you make a decision, not panic. Okay, don't panic and think I've made my bed, I've got to lie in it now. And at the same time, don't think that you've got to stay in something for the children, because you've got to be honest with yourself, haven't you, at the end of the day, and that's all you can do. All anyone's doing is what they feel is right at the time. And no one can really say anything if that's all you're doing, is just doing and going with what feels right at the time. What you feel you know to be right at the time, like, to be honest with yourself, you know, like, am I happy? Is this fulfilling? Have I given it 110% and it's still not, you know, coming right? Like, maybe the contract's expired, maybe it's not right to stay together for the kids or stay together for financial reasons. Like, I'm not deciding for you, it's your decision, isn't it? But it seems like you came to a crossroads. You decided you don't want to break up with this person, you're not going to walk away. And you've got this big, like, revelation that, like, there's going to be a huge loss, so you'd rather have the 10 of Cups. But Spirit's warning you to take time to reflect, allow some lucky, nice things to happen, and not to be too proud to go back on the thing that you've announced or the thing that you decided. It's okay to change your mind again, okay? So, quite strong help there from Spirit. Children are definitely at the focus of this. Why is the King of Wands reversed? Why is this person so angry? Why is the arguments? Why the Five of Wands? Challenges. Make a decision and work on inner healing. Perhaps you've like, you know, messed this person about and like had a thought that you want to leave and then said, no, actually I won't. And then maybe you've kept sort of talking about walking away, or, you know, expressed doubts about being together. And this person's like absolutely fed up with that. They're fed up with it. Okay. Like they want something where the person knows what they want and it's clean again. You know, they don't want like on off, or messiness or confusion, or I don't know what I want. They don't want that. It says make a decision and work on inner healing. So this person's like very, very angry and fed up. You might not have been, you know, making those kind of changes or announcements, but they may have felt that you're in sometimes and you're out sometimes, and they're just like, I have no idea what's going to happen, and I don't like that feeling. You know, that's how you'd feel, isn't it, if someone was like feeling really close one minute and then not the next, or they're on board for family life and then they're not. You get that vibe whether someone says it or not. You kind of feel the difference. What advice have you got for Scorpio, please? Again, we've got a lot of advice because Spirit's sensing that there's someone out there that really needs it. Spiritual journey. Explore the deep connection within the universe on your spiritual journey. So you are going to go through an ascension because this is not an easy time. There's stuff to kind of reflect on, to work through. How do I feel? What do I want, honestly? If I wasn't going to worry about what people think, if I didn't have to worry about money, in my heart of hearts, what is it that I actually want? You know, if I'm allowed to dream, what would my perfect like situation be? Because that's your answer, okay? Never make decisions based on finance when it comes to love, okay? Emotional balance. Maintain emotional balance to preserve inner stability and harmony. So if you start getting all distressed, it's funny that the Libra major is there, but yeah, keep a level head. Do some things to calm yourself down. Only make decisions when you're, you know, especially if you'd feel like you're not going to laugh and you feel like it's not appropriate to be laughing. But it's the same when someone passes away, you know, you're grieving a marriage or a loss of like a family dynamic. It's a lot, okay? But if you watch a movie and you get some escapism, or you watch a comedian and for some reason, you know, something gets through and you burst out laughing, that will dissolve some of the cortisol. If you're in company with others, it'll dissolve some of the stress and you'll be able to, you know, get a bit of sleep, be able to think straight. It may take a few months, okay, to like calm down, but find balance before making any decisions, okay? Because if you're scared and you're just still in the phase where you like can't see yourself, you know, even like being around anyone else or being by yourself, because you're like, well, we've always been together, or we've always, you know, been a family under one roof. That doesn't mean that that's the reason you should carry on like that. And just because that's what you've always done doesn't mean it's wrong to do something different. You will get used to new habits, new routines. The only thing that makes a routine is time, doing the same thing over and over. You will build up a new routine, but it takes time to do that. You know, so you can't have that feeling straight away, but it does happen. You just have to be honest with yourself. Don't worry about status, don't worry about money. In an ideal world, if you didn't have to care what people think, if you didn't have to worry about the practicalities or money, what would you want in a partner? Who would you want? how would you want your life to be? Okay, because that's your answer. If you didn't have children with this person, would you still be dealing with them? Because if the only reason is that you have children, that's your answer, isn't it? It's not that you love them, you know, or you're drawn to them, or you think you've got more growth to do while you're with this person. You can't say that I'm going to be with someone for the children. You just can't. You're not being authentic. It's turning into a very long reading, this one, but it's important for somebody, okay? Language of the cosmos. Decode the cosmos's language for deeper insights and guidance. Seems like an eye, doesn't it, that? Also looks like a sun, also looks like a shield. Or I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but also looks like sperms, like getting into the egg. Looks like conception. You've got trees as well here. There's so much in this picture. It's like roots, it's like veins, you know? What is the language of life? Why are we all here? We're very insignificant, really. You know, we're human-centered. We have ego, so we're very self-centered and everything. We think we're so important, don't we? But in the grand scheme of things, zooming out, we're a planet whizzing around. We're also turning as we're whizzing around the moon. Sorry, whizzing around the sun. We're turning, and we're in this massive universe that's infinite. So it's like we're just a speck. We're like an amoeba, you know, we don't exist really. Like, to try to take things out to the bigger picture and think life is short. I've probably got a few decades left on this planet, and have I done all the growth that I can? You know, am I going to grow any further with this person? Is it going to turn toxic if we stay together for the kids and then they kind of know it's a joke and like each other, you know, there's mistrust or like a sense of resentment? You're going to know, even if you decide to give it a go, you'll know, won't you, really fast, like in a day or two, if that's going to work or not. You'll know. Because living together once you've separated is not easy. It's almost impossible, actually. The distance just is just there, like it or not. Sacred contract. Follow your sacred contract to fulfill your soul's mission and purpose. You as an individual entity have got a whole ass journey to go on. You've got many lessons to learn in this life. Often with each zodiac sign, there's a major thing that we all have to work on. We have major strengths, then we have one kind of like major lesson that we're working on. Not to be a chaser, or we're working on not to be a runner, or we're working on not to be codependent and be more independent, or we're working on how to be able to be self-sufficient financially, or we're working on how to be emotionally balanced and learn to forgive and learn not to lose our temper. We're working on learning how to make ourselves vulnerable and learn to cry and face our emotions rather than burying them or running from them. There's always something that each of the signs is learning. There tends to be one major lesson, but there's probably loads of lessons and loads of growth to do. So remember that you've got a sacred contract with the universe, okay? So when we avoid change because of fear or something that's ego driven, like status or fear or worrying what socially people will say or think or do, the divine will cause a tower. If we don't make our own towers and we don't act and make our own change, if we avoid change, spirit will bring a tower moment to us. and change the landscape of our lives, bringing everything tumbling down. And what will replace it is an ivory tower that's diamond encrusted. You know, like, it's always something better, even if the change is intimidating, even if it's unsettling, uncomfortable, makes us very anxious. It always turns out better, you know. If something's meant to come down, it will. So just remember, okay, that your life is important, your journey, your evolution is important, but at the same time, you're insignificant in this major universe, and you're not really the one who's in the driving seat, you're in the passenger seat. We've got spiritual journey, language of the cosmos, sacred contract. Your relationship, the most important relationship that you have, is with spirit. It's not with any person, okay? It's with yourself and with spirit. Emotional balance, okay? You're worried about children, but you need to reflect. You need to give the universe a chance to bring things to you in times of change that are better, okay, once the change has happened. And not to be too proud to go back on decisions that you've made, okay? So, yeah, so we've had a lot there, haven't we? I thought we did. Did we not do these mindful ones? Let's get you one of these. That was fast. Magic. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life's synchronicities. I love filling my life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. You need to live your life to the fullest, create fun situations, allow yourself to laugh even when shit things are going on and massive changes going on. Find ways to laugh, find ways to lighten the mood. You might think it's not going to happen, you're never going to laugh again, you're never going to smile again, or it's not appropriate to, but it is. Because when you break up cortisol and you raise your vibrations and you laugh and you smile and you be in the company of people that you know love and care about, and you can just be yourselves with them, you get clear on what you want because you're relaxed, you're happy, you start to be hopeful, you're manifesting, okay? You say out loud what it is that you want, and spirit will bring it. Spirit will bring it. Okay? Believe in the magic of the universe. That's what you've been guided to do, okay? All right, take care, Scorpio. I think we'll leave that one there and we'll move on to Sagittarius. All I can say is I can't tell you whether to be in your marriage or not. I can't tell you whether to leave a relationship or not, or change a family dynamic or not. But I can tell you that if you were clear and then you change because if you're worried about judgment or you're afraid, then that's not the reason to go back on something, okay? You must persevere. Okay, on to Sagittarius. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius's highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this second week of January 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting, please? 3 cards for Sagittarius. Okay, so you feel either impoverished or out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles. You see the snow falling down. Okay, we've got the 5 of Pentacles, so it's a Viking deck, so the shields are the Pentacles. 5 is never good, it's change for the worse, so you feel loss, sadness, regret, grief, poverty, conflict, anger, arguments. It's always something bad, okay, when it's a 5, so can be feeling out in the cold generally, like emotionally, or it can be a loss of money, like a lack of money. We've got the 9 of Swords reversed, so that's positive when it's reversed. The 9 of Swords upright is someone who's very anxious, very fearful. Swords are emotions and communication. They're intrusive thoughts. Okay, so this person, they look like they're carrying swords, but those swords are actually in their back. So it's worries that this person has, it's fears that this person has, and they've got 9 of them. If they have one more, it'll be too much to bear. Okay, it's already really, really tough that. This person feels betrayed, overburdened, scared, fearful, stressed. They don't feel good. They're finding it probably not sleeping at night, okay? It's mental activity, so you're really not feeling good. I've just realised that one of the swords is through the chest, like front ways as well. So it's like, it's really, really tough times for you at the moment. Emotionally, mentally, financially, okay? You've got a combination of the 5 of Swords, which is arguments, with the 4 of Wands. So there's a lot of arguments between you and your person at the moment. Crosswords being spoken in every direction. Not seeing eye to eye at all. Okay? Probably finding it very difficult to agree on anything at the moment. I think it's probably getting really difficult to live together. Okay? Increasingly difficult. Once you can tell that someone's feelings have changed, or once certain words have been spoken, it's very, very difficult to even stay in that house anymore. You know, something has to be done within days when things are like this. When I say something has to be done, like a decision on whether you're going to be together or not, you've got to have honest communication, haven't you? Like, are we breaking up? Are we separating? Are we divorcing? Like, what is happening here? And you may have already had that conversation. This has been on your readings for several months now. The Queen of Swords. So this person is your partner that is cutting ties with you with that sword. The Queen of Swords is like the divorce card. Okay, it's the one that's severing ties. It doesn't mean they did it, but you look very, very upset and like in a lack mentality and anxious, afraid. You know, there's arguments, So I would say it is them based off. I think it's them that's instigated it. They could have done it in a passive aggressive way, or they could have said something. Because they got the sword upright, I would say that they've tried to tell you in a way that's logical, and it's come off a bit cold, but they're telling the truth. Okay, so you might just find it difficult to hear. We've got the Two of Swords reversed. They're no longer avoiding discussing this. They've come out and said it. Okay, and you can tell they mean it because they're not out of control emotionally. They're just quite level-headed when they're saying it to you. It's very sad, actually. That, you know, every card on here is swords except for the Four of Wands, and that's in combination with swords. And you got the Five of Pentacles, which is sad as. We've got the Two of Wands. So this person is trying to choose now which direction they're going to go, having communicated with you that they're no longer confused what they want to do about this marriage or this relationship. They are now looking at which direction they want to go going forward. They're making a choice with the Two of Wands. What will be the outcome, please? So if this is resonating, someone's told you, or someone will tell you this week that they want a divorce. Okay. The Ace of Cups with the Judgment reversed. Someone is trying to heal or trying to find love where the call to action is being ignored. So the call to action, if we reverse both cards, is dealing with, you must deal with and take action over this lack of love. You know, this cup is turned upside down, all the water, all the emotions are being tipped out of it, it's empty. So there's a lack of love here, and there's a call to action. The universe wants something to be addressed here with regards to a lack of love. And it's being ignored. I'm sad for you, Sagittarius, because the cards you've got are really upsetting. It's not a position to envy at all. Right, there's going to be an admission or a confession or a major revelation with the Ace of Swords to do with a soul connection. So, you know, someone you've known for years, you've constructed a life with, you're close to, there's a lot of nostalgic feelings. You know, you've made a home together, made a life together, had children together, raised them together, everything together. This person's going to tell you, reveal something, and they're being honest, okay, to do with this life that you created. They're possibly going to tell you they want a divorce, okay? Unfortunately, contracts expire, you know, socially and religiously, that can be a conflict to believe something like, you know, in tarot we believe that contracts run their course. To say that every person stays married and stays happy isn't true, is it? You know, we can't make people be with us, and why would you want to? I can only think of a handful of occasions where someone's told me they don't want to be with me anymore, and I've tried to convince them because I just love them so much, and I can't believe it's happening. And you know, I think like they haven't thought this through. Like, what are they doing? And it is awful. It's nothing to envy. It's nothing light. It's really, really heavy, but it's a reality that we can't make anyone be with us, can we? We can't. So if somebody tells you this is what they want, there is nothing to be gained from putting challenges in their way or blocking them from leaving, or kick up a fuss by all means, but then at some point has to come acceptance, because it's reality. You can't tie someone up and kidnap them. You can't chain them inside the house. You have got to accept how they feel has changed. And if you do have children, you've got to consider them, and get along and be amicable, and get excited about the possibility of someone actually hanging off the edge of their seat, staring at you, the tongue hanging out, just gazing into your eyes, thinking, you're the most stunning person I've ever seen, or I love what you're about. The way this person used to look at you, that's what the new person who you allow into your life, when you allow and accept that this person doesn't want this marriage anymore, someone's going to hang off their chair, like excitedly, like talking to you and make you feel like $1,000,000. So, with that in mind, like, it may feel like that was 1,000,000,000 years ago, the last time someone did that, and like, that's also wrong. Do you know what I mean? So, I know I'm like oversimplifying things possibly, and it's not. If your marriage is absolutely fine, this isn't your reading. I just want to say that, because you read stuff on Reddit where people are like, oh, I got broken up with, or my partner has to divorce because they had a tarot reading. No, you don't get the idea that you want a divorce from a tarot reading. The tarot reader picks up on what is going on in people's lives already. So if your marriage is on the rocks and you feel your partner is so distant and things have been bad for several months, then maybe this is your reading, and maybe this is the week that they say, I want a divorce. Like, I know it's awful, but it's just how it is, and I need you to cooperate and accept it. It's possibly your reading. If your marriage is great and you're totally loved up, it's not your reading. You know what I mean? It's like you can't invoke it from watching it. Don't blame a tarot reader for what someone else decides in your marriage. Like, if they're not happy anymore, they're not happy anymore. It's not because a tarot reader told them to break up with you. That's a joke. Yeah, tarot readers pick up on the energy and the life journeys of people that are just happening. They're just there, and spirit will come through to give advice for people who need it the most, people who are the most distressed, people who are actually going through these things. These are collective readings. So if you like, it just doesn't resonate, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. The messages come through for the people that need it the most. I'm going to get advice, because I do feel like this person is severing the tie between you and them. They've unblocked themselves. They might have been burying their head in the sand, but they know what they want to do now. They're making a choice, okay, of where they want to go next. There's a need to face the lack of love here. And there will be a confession, a revelation, truth, okay, about a soul union, and that coming to an end. So they were combinations, weren't they? So I need to get one more. One more for the outcome, please. the King of Cups. So you didn't have a court card. They had the Queen of Swords. You're showing up as the King of Cups, okay? So do you see how powerful you look there? It's a very, this person is sitting in their power. They're powerful, they're calm. Even if they are panicking below the surface, they're still experiencing uncomfortable times. But what they exude is, I'm calm, I'm in control, and I can deal with what's coming towards me. And I'm going to emanate positive vibes, calm vibes for the people around me. Okay, so I think this is like a lesson in personal power. Let's see what advice Spirit comes out with. What's the nature of this connection for Sagittarius and the one that's showing up in their reading, please? It's safe for you to love. Okay, so open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Be open to what change is being brought to you here. You haven't asked for this change, but it's happening and it will be for the better. Be open to it. You are going to receive someone that you deserve when you do this. What advice have you got for Sagittarius, please? If this is resonating for Sagittarius, what is your advice for it? Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. Be honest with yourself. What is the situation here? It's time to face it. Okay. How have things changed over the years? Where are we at now compared to how things were years ago? Honestly, if we're being honest. I generally find when someone is being distant with you, you know, they're later coming home from work, or they don't talk to you that much when they're in the house, or they make excuses not to be around you so much. You know, I've got this activity or this hobby to do. I'll go to that shop while you're at this one. You just know, don't you? There's less eye contact. Their eyes aren't glinting when they look into your eyes anymore. Like, it's sad as fuck, right? But you just know. You know, they don't want to hold your hand. They don't want to cuddle up with you on the couch. Like, they just start being really distant with you, and you know it's done when people do that. Release. Today, I release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for transformation and welcome this shift. I'm creating space for a new chapter. Fucking hell, it couldn't be any more relevant, could it? Filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. That could not be any more relevant, guys. You're going to go through a transformation now. Playful. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there is so much fun to be had? I mean, that might be like difficult in this situation, but we did talk about, I don't know whether it was you or the last sign, I said about it's important, even when you're grieving, you feel guilty being happy. Or even when you're going for a breakup, you think you'll never smile again, you think you'll never laugh again, but you do. And it's important to be around people that you know love and care about you, and try to find ways to laugh, try to find ways to smile, anything. A comedy, a comedian. Sometimes silly things happen in life and you can't help but laugh, or force a smile. It's something will happen that'll, perk you up, no matter what's going on, even for just a moment. Get focused to attract what I want. First, I get clear on what it is that I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life. What I would do, how I'd react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. So you're being invited because you are moving into a new chapter. This is happening. Manifest the life that you want. Dream, dare to dream, and aim high. Like, what kind of thing would make you happy? Like, what home? What kind of partner going forward? What are the qualities you don't want them to have? And what are the qualities you do want them to have? You can't manifest an exact person to be with you. That's not right, okay? That's trying to control other people's free will. But what you can do is say, Spirit, I want someone with a fantastic sense of humour, or Spirit, I'd love someone who's thoughtful, or Spirit, I'd love someone who's reliable, or Spirit, I'd love someone who's creative, or Spirit, I'd love someone who's not too, mushy, like they're more like logical, like me, or like whatever qualities you want in someone, ask for them, okay? Ask for the qualities, don't say I want a specific person. A loving space. I cannot learn other people's lessons for them. They must get there themselves at their own time. I can simply hold loving space for them as they go through their journey. So if you love someone and you find that they are mega confused, that they have issues of some kind, that you feel they're making a huge mistake to finish this, too bad, okay? Like, that's their free will. If they're going to live to regret it, then you got to let them go and live to regret it, okay? You cannot force anything. Forgive people for their shortcomings. Forgive people for not being enlightened. Forgive people for not having gone through the ascension that you've gone through. Forgive people for having, whatever idea, that they're following. Like, forgive them, because your brain gets freed up of cortisol when you do that. Your heart space becomes open to new love when you do that. You're fucking fire, Sagittarius. You're always going to be fine. You're always going to rock. You're always going to land on your feet. This is your chance to, like, dream up the absolute, like, dream of all dreams for yourself. Like, some hunk or some beautiful woman, like, with amazing qualities. Like, they're really trustworthy, they're funny, they're witty, they're intelligent, they're independent. Like, what do you want in someone? Dream it up, fantasize, get excited about it. It's probably like the opposite of what you want to do right now, but you must be sick of that feeling of being wallpaper. You must be sick of that feeling of being taken for granted. You must be sick of that feeling of someone being distant with you. If you're getting any of that, fuck it, fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Accept the change, embrace the change, like, allow yourself time to be upset, but try to positively eat food, exercise, be around people you know love and care about you. Find ways to try and have a little laugh or a smile here and there. Just keep walking forward and start thinking and hoping and dreaming and fantasizing about what you could have, not what you used to have. okay? Because when you look back, it's safer to do that because you know what back was. When you look forward, it's scary because it's just question marks. It's just empty space right now. But you also get to fantasize and go, I wonder what like my future man or my future woman would look like. You know, start wondering about it. Start just, it's safe to fantasize. You're allowed to do that. Okay. Think about the qualities that you really don't want the person to have this time. You know, go harder, better, faster, stronger. Right, so let's take from this deck and then I will wrap it up, okay? I might get you an angel number just because I feel like you're going through a lot. Oh my God, continuous growth. Embrace continuous growth for personal and spiritual development. Okay, if you avoid the change, if you avoid transformation, you'll just be a stump in the ground. Accept the transformation. The most growth that your soul will go through is through pain. After pain, you will have several new branches to this tree, you know, and you'll be even more beautiful, even fuller, you'll be stronger, you'll be able to withstand more, you'll be stunning, you'll have a glow up and attract all kinds of people and have a whole new idea about who you are and what you're worth. Because I read a quote somewhere that, like, I can't remember what example they used, but it was like a bottle of water. I think it was something like a bottle of water could be worth 50 cents to one person. Moved to another country, it could be worth £2. Moved to another country, it could be worth £6. You know, in terms of how much people desire it and how precious it is. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? So someone can take you for granted, but that doesn't reflect what you're actually worth. You're diamonds to many people. So if someone is reflecting to you that you are not good enough, you're not interesting enough, you're not sexy enough, you don't do this, you don't do that, you're too angry all the time, you got too high expectations, they can do one. They can go and change. You're who you are and you're amazing. Okay? So beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Don't accept someone making you feel like your value has gone down over the years. It hasn't. Fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to be diamonds to someone else. I had someone make me feel like my sex life, right, was shocking. And I knew that they had changed how they were being towards me and it was nothing. I wasn't doing anything differently. It didn't look any different. And it was like, oh, you don't dress up anymore. You don't do this. You don't do that. And they broke up with me. I had 4 months of being like fully depressed. It was awful. And then I got to the point where I was in a gym and I was just trying to like live my life and like, you know, put one foot in front of the other. It'd been like that for months. And I saw someone in the gym and I was like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. And I couldn't believe that I had a crush on someone again. And I thought, he won't fancy me. And I left my number with the like gym, you know, like rep. And the guy rang me and I was like, oh my God. And then I panicked and I like backed out of it. And then we had the most intense like physical relationship. It was fire. So I felt so sexy and I felt so amazing. And it's like, that's when I realised I'm right, he's wrong. Someone can make you feel like you're not good enough. You're putting them off. You don't dress up enough. You don't do this, you don't do that. That's all bullshit excuses. Okay? And some people are unhealthy and they enjoy putting you down because they feel like it deflects away from them taking any responsibility for breaking up with you or anything like that. So all I would do is emphasize to yourself, like, do I feel the person I'm living with is reflecting back to me what I'm with? Or am I feeling like I'm not good enough, like I'm wallpaper, like we barely exchange, you know, other than like, you know, maybe you talk about stuff that needs doing around the house or like family responsibilities, but are you actually like, are you actually in love? Are they making you feel like there's no one else in the world but you? Because if they're not, if you're starting to feel like seriously taken for granted all that's been going on for months, you've got to respond to that and protect yourself from that emotional abuse, because that's what it is. It's emotional abuse when people turn things around and they sort of deflect it onto you and they sort of make you feel like you're not enough. That's their issue. It's not that your value's gone down. I'm gonna wrap that one up, and I'm gonna. Did I say I was gonna do how much? Oh, we've got 45% on there. I'll go on to Capricorn then. People say the most bullshit stuff, like when they're just not in love with you anymore, make you feel like it's your problem and it's your fault and you've been different and you're always in a mood all the time or you're not sexy enough. Fuck off saying that. How dare you? That's such a coward-like thing to say. And it's nasty. It makes the other person feel like really bad about themselves. Well, guess what? Every person in town was queuing up, okay? Every person was queuing up to be with me. So that probably pissed him off as well. And I earn a fat whack now as well. Oh, God. Right. And I've travelled the world and done amazing things in my life, so F you. Right. Capricorn. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in the second week of January with regards to the one they're thinking about dealing with or manifesting, please? Right. Oh my God. King of Wands reversed. So, someone who's angry. I'm saying, oh my God, because that came up in the Sagittarius person was the King of Wands reversed. I think, was it? Was it that one? Yeah, it was. Or am I getting mixed up with Scorpio? No, I'm getting mixed up with Scorpio, sorry. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is in the challenge. Nine of Cups, when it's upright, Capricorn, is your self-satisfaction. You as an individual, are you happy? Okay, so it's in the challenge. So it's like, how do I find satisfaction for myself as an individual? Because I am not satisfied right now. You're showing up as the King of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed. Wow, what is going on here? Capricorn, you've totally lost your mojo here. Why? The King of Swords. Your person is showing up as a King of Swords. You're both in your masculine, right? So Capricorn, you and your person are each showing up as kings, and you're either pissed off with the King of Wands reversed, or you're lackluster. So you've lost your joie de vivre, you've lost your energy, your vitality, everything that lovely fire energy should bring. You've lost that, and you're finding it challenging to be happy within yourself or excited about a new phase, right? I don't know why. So your person is the King of Swords upright, and they're showing up as masculine energy as well. Now, two masculine energies won't complement in a relationship. You need like someone who's being more feminine and being someone that thinks of the entire family scenario, a nurturer, provider. Kings can be like that as well, masculines can be like that, but they tend to be able to make the decisions like that are tough, more streamlined, more aware, like self-focused, single track minded. The King of Swords is like Aquarius energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's air energy. It's communication that's honest, truthful, factual, straight to the point, very logical. There isn't passion coming out in it. There isn't emotion coming out. It's logic and fact and truth. Okay. So King of Swords is like a very good orator, and they're upright, so they're not being manipulative, they're just kind of being honest, okay, and quite calm. They're sitting in their power where you're kind of feeling, you know, the opposite. They've got the strength upright with the Ace of Pentacles upright. So they're feeling like they're leveling up financially. They've got the Major for Leo, so they're feeling really empowered, really brave. They know they need to be courageous. You've got really opposite emotions in your spread. You're very opposite to one another, like in what you're feeling right now. You've kind of got all fire, and they've got like pentacles and like swords, and you know, they're very factual and practical, and you're like very like over emotional. I don't know why the Queen of Cups like jumped out, but right, the Eight of Cups, separation. The King of Swords is walking away from a relationship. A King of Wands is pissed off. They find it really difficult to embrace a future. If this is resonating with you, then it'll be because someone is breaking up with you, or you think they're about to break up with you and you're angry, or you're feeling weakened over it. We've got a Knight of Cups, an apology or an expression of emotion, of feelings. That could be you to them, because you've got cups, like 9 of Cups, but they've got 8 of Cups, which is like separation, walking away. Unless you're waiting for this person to break up with someone else. but I don't get why you'd be unenthusiastic if that was the situation. I think they're breaking up with you, or they're going to. They may apologise, or you may try to express, you know, that you don't want them to leave. In the challenge, we've got the Page of Pentacles. Someone's trying to express emotion, trying to invest. Three of Cups reversed. Three of Cups upright can speak of three parties, and the Queen of Cups flew out before. This is celebration, community, coming together, happy, you know, cheers, salute. When it's reversed, it's like there is no cause for celebration. This is like a sad occasion. I want to be alone. What's the nature of this connection, please, between Capricorn and their person? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, that's Queen of Cups energy. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So Spirit is kind of like confirming what I was thinking, which is there's going to be a breakup here. If there hasn't been already, it's coming. Only if this resonates. If you've got a perfect relationship, please don't panic and think someone's going to break up with you. It would only be if you sense that things been bad for a while and they're just being quite straight and logical with you and not really getting emotion, not really getting, you know, happy times. It's just like gone really straight and like a little bit cold. You might be trying to like extend an olive branch or reach out to them, or like, you know, say like meet me halfway, and they're not doing it. They're just kind of like leaving you hanging or making you push harder and harder, work harder and harder to get less and less back. Why has this person got the Eight of Cups? Why are they walking away and separating from this relationship? Why are they walking away? What's the reason? Honeymoon. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. They may feel like the honeymoon phase is gone and those days of being loved up are gone. How you used to be, maybe like a million miles from like where you are now. And you won't be the only sign getting that coming out. That's really sad. What advice have you got for Capricorn, please, if this is resonating with them? What advice have you got for Capricorn? Fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. So it's really like emphasizing self care. Okay, if you stopped eating and you're depressed because someone's like you sense like you're about to get broken up with, make yourself eat some food, even if it's like a spoonful of what's on your plate. Make yourself eat it. Okay, if you can't manage, if your appetite's gone, so that happened to me once. Very unusual for that to happen, but this was a really like awful breakup many years ago. I lost my appetite, but I just thought, do you know what? I deserve to be nourished. I deserve to eat food. I don't deserve to be miserable. I don't deserve to be miserable. And I lost weight, but I was still healthy because I was still eating. I just had like not everything that was on my plate. I had like a couple of spoons and then I would just throw it away because I just didn't have any appetite, but I knew that I needed to eat. So please take care of yourself and fuel yourself literally. But then also like try to don't be alone if you feel really depressed or like lonely because you're used to being half of something. If you'd normally text them, text your mates, ask people to come round. Thank you for the like. If you know, we're used to like jumping in the car and going to theirs, jump in the car and go to a mate's, like do a different routine to fill up your time. You know, I got like a Davina Body Buff DVD. This is just so many years ago now. It's like 15 years ago. 15 years ago. I got Davina Body Buff TV. Still got it now. I didn't really want to spend that much on a gym membership, so I started off just working out at home. And I would do that like twice a day if I needed to just retrain my brain not to obsess over this person like 24/7. And it really helped me, honestly, like to fill up my time and just it's not that you've got nothing to I hate the idea that people think that you haven't got anything better to do because that's so insulting. It's just that you're so desperately upset and it's so much governing your mind and you're having to really retrain yourself out of the old routine of like jumping in the car going to theirs, you know, in the evening or like everything you do, isn't it, is like revolves around them or everything reminds you of them. It's awful. It's so awful. Especially when someone's like done a very good job at making you believe that they'll always be there for you and this is it now. You know, you've got the one and it's very hard to like, you know, it's not you're not a sado, you're like someone that's like fucking moving heaven and earth to like just retrain your brain and like find a new way to keep going and you have the biggest glow up and it does scar you. It does scar you, but you heal and you fucking go on and have fun and wild times and you find love again, love that's even better than that one. So it's very important to fuel yourself because if you start self-harming or you start not eating, and I'll be honest, I almost tried to I tried to make myself throw up and I wasn't very good at doing that. It was like a form of self-harm because I was just miserable, you know. Um, and then I just thought, well, that's fucking stupid. Why did I do that? You know, making myself suffer and like I just made myself eat and I just decided I'm gonna keep going to work. I'm gonna do things that are good for me, like exercise. I'm gonna always be around other people that I know care about me. And you just have to fucking put one foot in front of the other and keep going. You just gotta do it. You've got to do it. Heartbroken or not, distressed or not. I put the radio off in the car. Like, I was only 25, guys. Like, it was, I would never, like, be like that now. But this was a person that was very important to me. And they made me feel like we're getting married. We're going to be together. A lot went down, but just know that I know if this is something that you're going through, it's bloody hard. It is bloody hard and it's miserable, but you got to fuel yourself. You don't deserve to be miserable. Okay. I am enough. I am beautiful just as I am. I am loved just as I am. You know what thought I hate? Someone in my family, if they couldn't stand themselves because they had a bit of a tummy, or if they couldn't stand themselves because they were going bald, or if they couldn't stand themselves because they were getting wrinkles, that would make me feel so fucking sad. I love my family. I love every single person. I love them for the different reasons. You know, they all have different qualities that are awesome. We all have things about ourselves that are annoying, but we all have amazing qualities, and people would be so sad if you weren't there. And to think that someone in my family doesn't believe that they're amazing and hates themselves or gets down on themselves because of some kind of ego reason, like what you look like or your weight or your clothes or your hair, or, you know, an annoying habit that you have, that makes me feel so sad. So, like, you have to see it from other people's point of view. Don't put yourself down because of what's happened in a relationship and someone's finished with you or left you. Never do that, because your family would be so upset to think that, you know, it's not like you're not allowed to be sad, but don't start devaluing yourself or being self-deprecating because someone's reflecting back to you that you're not good enough, because that's about them, and they can do one and jog on, and you can meet someone who just thinks you're a fucking $1,000,000. Do you know what I mean? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and someone will see your personality, see what you look like, see your family, and just say, you are fucking $1,000,000. And that was a joke. Whoever like walked away from you is lost out big style. That person who's walked away, that they've done that of their free will, let them go. It doesn't feel nice to let them go because they used to be your world and they used to make you feel $1,000,000, but they're not doing it now. So let them go. I am enough. I'm beautiful just as I am. I'm loved just as I am. I am worthy just by being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life. Those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. Okay? So someone's being an arse, let them leave, and you keep gathering people over time, cherry picking the ones who you know will always be there for you. They'll never owe you money. They will compliment you. They're not afraid to tell you when you're looking good. If someone's like afraid to tell you you look good, or they seem annoyed that you look good because they want to be the one that looks good, that's not a friend, is it? If someone won't tell you well done, good for you getting a job, or good for you passing your course because they're jealous or they wish it was them, that's not a friend. You know what a true friend is? If someone's judging you for stuff that you've done and they're not just making you feel safe and welcome in their home and listening to your side of things, they're not being a friend, are they? They're being judgmental and gossipy. So you know what a mate is, you know what a good partner is, you know what a good parent is, or brother or sister or cousin or whatever. You know what a good colleague is. Let go of the people and send them on the way, and put good barriers up between you and people that are not on your team. And I tell you what, as you get older, they just increase in value. The ones that you've like chosen to keep in your life, the ones that want to be there, oh my god, their value goes up like gold. I've had years in my life where I felt like I haven't got, you know, enough friends to fill up like the fingers on one hand, but um you know, I'm back into double figures again, and I mean they're genuine best friends, like, and they, none of them really know each other. They're all from different workplaces that I've picked up along the way, or, and whenever I see them, it's been months, but it's always the same. So it's worth the wait. Don't be around people who are two-faced because it suits, we're a group and we're all from high school and no, no. Keep people based off of how they treat you, okay? Playful. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there is so much fun to be had? You will have the time of your life in a few months. It was 4 months for me. And I was pissed off for a year, and I was pissed off for years after. And I probably went on about it for years, but it was about 4 months before I could fancy someone again. I didn't think I was ever going to fancy someone ever again because I literally loved this guy so much. Could have sketched his face, his hands, his entire body, like with my eyes closed. Like I was obsessed with the guy. Like it was a few years, the relationship, and I genuinely thought like he's my person, and I just did not think I was going to be like single again. And it wasn't my choice, and it was awful to have that like put on me. But you do become playful again. You do. It happens, whether you think it's going to happen or not. It happens, okay. And like I said, for a couple of the other signs, because there's a few signs going through this right now. It's not easy, but put one foot in front of the other, okay? And you will find distractions. You will find, even if it's just to not feel sad for a few minutes, you will end up laughing your head off at something. You will. You will. Have we got anything else? Let's pull from this deck. I'm going to get you an angel number because I feel bad for you. Cosmic wisdom. Gain deep insights and knowledge through cosmic wisdom. So, like, get in touch with your spirituality, meditate, okay? Go to a class and be in a room with other people, okay? Like a big group of people who are all meditating, who are all doing yoga poses or making particular sounds. Go to a sound bath, okay? Multiple people in the room, really relaxing. You don't have to do anything but lie down and relax, okay? Make yourself tucked up under a blanket. And these people step around you with bowls and they sort of like ding the bowls, and the sound vibrations, you feel them going through your body, like reverberating through every fibre of your being, and you end up hallucinating, and it's dead positive. I saw myself as a dolphin going through water. Anything when you reach a state of euphoria and you sort of have an outer body experience, or you start to hallucinate or drool. You feel nurtured, you feel zen, you feel like you've met the vibration of the planet, like you're harmonizing with the planet. We're very much out of sync and out of harmony with our planet 24/7, 7 days a week. So you have to consciously do things like that to come into alignment, even if it's just for a few minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour or an hour. Find ways to do that. Okay, it'll recenter you and just develop you as a whole. Yeah, so that would be like yoga, sound baths, massages, hot yoga. You kind of need the chanting and the poses, and it's like a discipline, isn't it? You sort of, I don't know, I saw myself as an eagle with like my arms flapping like wings when I did hot yoga. I don't know really, like I can't tell you like how it happens. It's just that I don't see that happening with me watching a YouTube in my room trying to do it by myself. It was the instructor, it was the music, it was the vibe of everyone in a room like collectively doing poses, making sounds. You know, I don't know, it was just almost like hypnotic. I was in a trance, like I reached a high state of euphoria, like I hallucinated. It always seems to be an animal. But again, like really positive. I think also, like, you know, when like you were in uni, if you ever went to uni and you just had like deadlines all the time, and it'd be like, I've just handed an essay, I've got to start worrying about the next one now. You'd be worried about your grades and shit. So you just go out and get absolutely hammered, like, and you make yourself so ill that the only thing you could focus on the next day for the next 24 hours was like healing from the hangover. And you just didn't have the capacity to stress because your body was physically trying to heal. And it would just be like a big blowout because you'd exhausted yourself dancing, you'd been with your mates, they're going through the same. I don't know what age you are if you're listening to this, but just a combination of things will really help. We've done that, we've done that. Did we do the mermaid cards? I don't think we did we? Oh my god, they're like the most important ones. That's weird. I didn't do that. What's your advice for Capricorn, please? Oh my god, shut up. Meditate. Are you joking? Are you actually joking? Make some quiet time in the still air. Often you feel lonely, don't you? You might have people in the house like your parents or your kids, but you feel lonely because you know you haven't got that person, you know you haven't got that future plan with them anymore. Everything changes because their family aren't your family anymore. You know, you have to unfriend them on Facebook, you have to like delete the numbers, you're not allowed to contact people. Everything about it makes you feel lonely. It's very difficult to be still when you feel lonely, okay? But you don't have to meditate alone. Like I said, you can go into a group scenario, and I prefer that, honestly. Like, I don't think it really works. There's something about the collective energies harmonizing between you and a group of people that makes it work. But it's very important to make your mind still, because your body, all you want to do is like get in the car, like jump in the car and go to their house and beg them to like change their minds or like plead with them. Like, you can't just allow it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's awful. It's the worst feeling ever. And when you meditate, you kind of like recenter yourself and get yourself grounded, because you feel like you're spinning off orbit, don't you? Meditation, very important to retrain the brain. I used to listen to an app called Budify, and it was cognitive behavioral therapy, and they would say meditations and visualizations to, you could pick. I might re-download it, you know, I might see if they've got an updated one, because this was like years ago now when I had really bad anxiety, and you know, I lived abroad and sometimes I feel like really lonely or out of control. So we used to try to like control my brain at night to try to sleep. Um, yeah, it's Budify, BU. Oh God, is it double DIFY or something like that? It could have a H in somewhere. um, it's really good. Yeah, you can do that like when you're lying in bed and all the lights are out. There were some particular ones that were my favourites. And it just be like you could have like a 5 minute one or like a 20-minute one if you felt really alone or anxious. You could have a much longer meditation. And sometimes it really helped. I'm not going to say every time, because the mind's a powerful thing, and loneliness is powerful, and homesickness is powerful. But You didn't believe in tarot, you should do, because every time I start telling you what my advice is, I will pull a card and Spirit's advice mirrors it. It confirms it. I swear to God, it's freaky. Let's do you an angel number. I should have done one for Sag because they're going through divorce and shit. I should have done one for Sagittarius. But anyway, let's get you an angel number. Scorpio was going through shit as well. That just fell off the thing, didn't it? I don't need to look at that. Oh my God, look at all your ones. You've got 1111, wish come true, moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, taking action. When you say 1111 on the clock, and I don't mean you've been waiting for that number to come up, but you glance at it randomly when you're in work, you look up at the computer screen and it's dead on 1111. Make a wish, make one wish. It can be like, I want a house, I want a job. You could make it slightly more niche and say, I want a workplace that supports me, I want a house by the beach, but try to keep it fairly like one sentence, okay? Because you can picture it more detailed, but it should be like your big goals. Okay, what's the big goal next? What is the one major focus that if you could have anything and there wasn't barriers and there wasn't, what would it be? Okay, so you might just say, I want love. You can keep it general like that. I want a house, I want a job, slightly more niche. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. Whatever you've been asking for, you're going to get it, you know. It's not a coincidence, but it's a gift from fate. That's beautiful. I'm so happy I pulled this for you. 1011, take action. Hope, new beginning, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. Well, that's all the advice that you were getting before, isn't it? This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards of their perseverance. So Spirit's recognising that this is a fucking tough time for you. But through all these things that I was talking about, different forms of meditation, cognitive behavioural therapy, retraining the brain, sticking to your responsibilities, finding a reason to laugh, being around good people, you will be rewarded with anything that you wish for, you'll be given it. Okay, something major is going to be granted to you because you've been through shit. I'm really glad I got those for you, Capricorn. I'll finish your reading there and I'm going to do Aquarius and Pisces tomorrow because it's proper late now. As I said, if it's not your story, don't claim it, okay? And it can't happen to you because you watched the reading. I'm picking up on something that is actually going on. This is actually happening to someone at the moment, and could be several people, could be hundreds of people, but I don't have hundreds of people on my channel yet. But if it doesn't resonate, it's not your message this time, and that's okay, isn't it? I think the advice is very nice. At some point you could go for a breakup and rely upon this advice. Or you may have in the past thought, yeah, I did all that shit and it is hard. Like, feel sorry for anyone. Support each other, do you know what I mean? Like, I know I don't allow comments on my YouTube. It's just to kind of protect my own energy because I did have a trial. But if you're in the lives, like, talk to each other, support each other. If you watch other tarot readers, and I'm sure you do, you know, comment on there, support each other. Like, tarot's a supportive community. That's what's really nice about it. You'll see other people going through the same stuff as you. You know what I mean? And it's like a place where you don't feel alone anymore. And sometimes you've gone over stuff with friends and family and you think, God, they're probably sick of me going on about it. So, you know, you can find people all over the world in these tarot communities on YouTube and TikTok and think, oh my God, someone else is going through what I'm going through. And it's just a nice feeling. It's just nice. And you can get stuff off your chest if you don't care and you want to write it in the comments on TikTok or wherever. I don't mind, do you know what I mean? I hope it resonates with some people, and I hope that if it doesn't, maybe it helps you in the future, or maybe you're like, yeah, I can relate to that because it happened to me in the past. Anyway, please give me a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and have a nice night. I'll see you in the next one, okay? I'll come on tomorrow and I'll do Aquarius and Pisces. All right, take care.